everybody, welcome to Mind Tide, where we talk tech, personal finance, and I might make you laugh. Today is the start of a new segment that I'm going to continue called I Review Old Stuff Because I Ain't Got Money Like That, or I Roast Big Smooth. I'll be doing a one-ish year tech review of all kind of tech products. Today we're going to be spending time with my buddies, the Jabra Elite Active 65T Bluetooth headphones. I love these, and they are hands down my favorite headphones that I've owned, but like everything, they have their faults. Let's start with the obvious, sound quality. One, because they're headphones, and two, because it says right on the side of their box, exceptional engineering and superior sound quality for 145 years. Are they superior though? Well, they do sound better than any other earbuds I've owned, and I've owned a lot. Like other in-ear buds, the sound is directly into your canal, so it's easier to get punchier sound with that smaller driver. But also, since it's in your ear, it has that natural sound isolation that is not to be confused with noise cancellation. The high frequency sounds are good, and the low frequency sounds are full enough, but most importantly, everything is clean. There's not a ton of distortion between notes. However, these will expose poorly mixed music and at the same time will make you hear softer, higher tones in the background. I, for one, have heard music that I've listened to for years, then listened to with these, and have heard some musical articulations that I never could before. Yes, I've heard if it's fine to or 5-2. Update is neither. It's she applied to, but I want you. Lloyd was trying to backfill a position. Could you believe? So for sound, I give 4 to 5. Again, they sound good, better than most, but I've heard better headphones, so it's hard for me to give a full 5. Let me know in the comments what headphones you think sound better. Call quality. I was initially skeptical because how well would they pick up my voice being back here when I'm projecting from up here? But they are fantastic. Even when speaking low, people hear me well on the other line. Even better though, it's as if they amplify the incoming audio and I hear everything so clearly. Good speakers and good mics, that's all you need for a good phone call. I mean, aside from the person you're talking to being boring. And for the 4 mic array between the two buds, the mics work really well, almost too well. Huge drawback here is everything I've said applies indoors and not even if you have a fan going. The wind noise reduction sucks on these. And as soon as there's any air circulation, nobody can hear anything I'm saying, and it really sucked when driving in a car that had no AC, and I couldn't even crack the window, even a little bit. Choto. There's a mic that points forward, assuming for voice, and the other points outward, I'm assuming picks up ambient noise. Usually there's firmware that will reduce this noise so the other party only hears you. That's how your phone works. And it seems these just ain't got it. So I give call quality a 3 out of 5. Design. They are water, sweat, dust resistant, which I've never really tested the limits of, but I trust it. I guess I've tested the sweat resistance those 5 times I worked out in the past year because I sweat a lot. Aside from that, they're low profile compared to some other true wireless earbuds, so it's good because you're less obvious tool when walking around, but not so much when at work and people try to talk to you and you can't hear them. Wait, that's probably a good thing, actually. But finally, we can talk about the case. There's not much negative I have to say about it. Its size is just right, doesn't seem to be excessively large, it's compact, and it fits in my pocket. It may even, stick with me now, may even fit in a women's pants pocket. That's impressive. I like the battery indication light when opening and closing the case to tell you the status of the case itself, and also the inside light that tells you the status of the earbuds. I like the slightly rubberized texture that the buds also share that gives some extra feel and grip. I even like the soft silicone interior. Now for the main attraction, the reason I even bought these, the stay in your earbuds are incredible. I was moving away from earbuds because they always fall out, and then I saw that these made this promise and showed in videos on their website that these don't fall out your ear, and I had to try them, and they did not fail. They don't go anywhere. I don't know how they did it, but they did, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so happy. You remember when I said I sweat a lot? I sweat a lot. Like I sweat a lot. It will get down in there and mess up the sound isolation, but they still aren't falling out. Let's not forget how comfortable they are. I leave them in even when I'm not listening to anything many times because they just feel good. There's nothing intrusive or annoying about how they fit, so design gets 4 out of 5. You might be surprised by that because you didn't know me and you don't know how petty I am. And there's no reason that these shouldn't have Type-C USB. The second version came out a year later with Type-C USB, having the nerve to make me want to buy them, knowing I shouldn't because I don't need them, ergo pissing me off. But I digress. I wish the moisture didn't lessen the sound isolation. And then they came out with the red ones after that. Battery life. Battery life is good, but not something that I was amazed by, but solid performance that actually measured up to the company's promises. You get about 5 uninterrupted hours out of the buds and 2 full charges from the case, totaling 15 hours. I don't use them for 5 straight hours often, so it's more like in and out the case for a few minutes to a few hours at a time. And with that, I have to charge the case with the headphones inside once a week. So battery gets 4 out of 5. Functionality. Everything works, but there are several things that I wish were different. The right bud has the single button for your media, pause and play, voice integration like Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, answer and hang up calls, and the hear-through activation. The left bud has the buttons for volume control, track skip, and an audible battery status. And like other true wireless buds, there's one that's dominant, and in other words, the one that is actually connected to the Bluetooth source and is duplicating the connection to the other bud. In this instance, the right bud is the dominant, and thus the left bud cannot function independently of the right. That's problematic because now I need both buds to have full functionality. I feel the right bud could have had every function in it with 2 buttons, even if it made the bud slightly larger. I like the feature of taking one bud out of your ear and it will pause what you're listening to and putting it back and it will resume play, but sometimes it seems they miscommunicate. I haven't been able to pinpoint exactly when this happens, but it seems to be when I move down or put my head back quickly, it skips, as in it will pause and play very quickly. And early on, there seemed to be some Bluetooth interference with other electronic devices, especially when at the gym those few times I went. That seems to have been addressed with the firmware update, or it was since I stopped going to the gym. I don't know. Functionality gets 3 out of 5. So now let's talk about the app, the Sound Plus app by Jabra. I've had experience with other sound apps and they largely suck. The app is great, mostly because I didn't expect it. Sound Plus app by Jabra gives a lot of control of your buds. This gives you equalizer presets and you can save some custom presets. You can log activity stats, although this is mostly for runners. It records time, steps, and steps per minute. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do much, but it's cool. You also can adjust the level of hear-through the app, which is the feature that allows you to hear the ambient noise amplified through your speakers. My favorite part is the soundscape. There's a playlist of different ambient noise that can play so you can focus and drown out your environment at the same time. There's waterfall, birds, pink noise, whatever that is. And since the sound is so robust, it just takes you there. I was listening to diving one day, dozed off, woke up in a panic because in my half-sleep mind, I was lost at sea. You can also save all these settings in different themes so you don't have to readjust every time. You register the product through the app, do firmware updates through the app, get digital guides and manuals, and it has another cool thing called Find My Jabra, where the app will drop a pin in the GPS location of your headphones where you last disconnected from your phone in case you lost them. So the app gets 5 out of 5. Durability. The buds are top notch and I don't think I'll have any issues with their longevity, but that case though, I've had to have the case replaced once because the right bud did not register as being in the case, so it wouldn't automatically power off when entering into the case, and it wouldn't automatically power on when removing from the case. It would still charge, but if it's on when it's in the case, it's draining the case's battery, and thus I have to charge more often. Me no like that. But that was the first case. Now in the second case, the same thing has happened to the left bud. Thankfully, they came with a 2-year warranty, and shout out to Jabra's customer service for always being amicable. And yes, this sounds like complaining about how clean water tastes when I can manually turn the buds on and off, but when spending money on things with certain features and they fail to perform in that way, it's a problem. As long as they keep honoring the warranty, I will keep sending them back. So durability gets a 2 out of 5. Packaging. I told you I was petty. I never thought I would review packaging because in the past decade, especially in the tech world, there's been an effort for less is more, the minimalist approach. Jabra didn't get that memo, and the box is so excessive, pretty, but excessive. For comparison, look at the Samsung S10 Plus. Look at its box. This fills up most of the real estate. Now look at the Jabra Elite Active and look at its box. That's way smaller, bro. Now back to me. Now look at the box of the Elite Active and look at the box of the S10 Plus. S10 Plus box is smaller. Now back to me. Now look at the phones. I just dropped that and this is going horrible, but I'm still leaving it. But look at that. It's absurd that this box is so much bigger than this phone. It's crazy. With all the environmental awareness and reducing waste efforts in the world right now, this shows me that they don't give two of them about that. Or they knew that they had this issue with the cases all along and they just wanted to have something more robust for shipping and handling. Either way, they only get 2 out of 5. All in all, I give the Jabra Elite Active 65T Bluetooth headphones a 3.5 out of 5. They sound good, they feel good, they look good, but they have simple design, functionality, and durability issues that I hope Jabra can fix in the next version, but not bad for a first try. And again, I love these. They go to work with me like my phone and my wallet does. Let me know if you love them as much as I do. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, leave comments, and subscribe, and join me every week as I talk more personal finance and tech. Deuces.
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby.